are they?
I thought I had one of them, but my seeker engine is no longer responding.
We need to take a firmer hand here, people. Mr. Crown, prepare the team.
Yes, sir.
Hold on a minute. I'm just here to wire this project up, not to participate.
Mr. Baza, you've been assuring us the process is completely safe, now that we have the correction algorithms.
Oh, it's safe, Miss Popoff. Our data wraiths can attest to that. I'm just not interested in being turned into a bunch of ones and zeros.
Mr. Baza, think of all the zeros added to your Christmas bonus.
That, Mr. Crown, is music to my ears.
Tech, prepare the lasers. Tech, light this thing. We've got work to do.
Digitizing pads 1, 2, and 3 online. Here we go.
Tech, what's going on?
The correction algorithms. They're gone.
Stop the procedure.
It's too late.
Release candidate has been approved. Launch status is gold.
Accessing FCon's I.O. grid.
We have an unexpected visitor. Or maybe I should say, visitors.
More data wraiths? Don't worry, Dad. I can take them.
No, something worse. I removed the correction algorithms from Mathria to double-check their integrity. Well, something unpleasant happened.
Wonderful.
I'm reinstalling the correction algorithms now. By the time you make it back, we should be ready. But hurry. The creature hasn't noticed my presence yet.
The creature? Never mind. I'll be right there.
Grid access terminated.
Good news. Release candidate approved, somehow. I don't believe that. So this is, I believe, our final showdown. Crashed server, that's still our plan. So we have 3 build nodes to gather, and I believe there is only one thing that we can download, and that is right there, Megahertz Beta, which we have gold, so we don't actually need it. Okay, from the CEO of FCon to Lab Tech, I want a report explaining what happened to Mr. Crown, Mr. Baza, and Ms. Popoff emailed to me in 10 minutes. I've been waiting 20 years for this moment. I don't want this company to slip through my fingers again. That, he says again, is another indication that this may be Dillinger. And the camera that we saw before was the CEO, looking down at everything that was going on in the lab. Now, why specifically the 3 engineers decided that the big solution was digitizing the 3 of themselves, I'm not entirely sure, but, you know, video games, what have you. From Lab Tech to CEO. Unfortunately, Mr. Crown, Mr. Baza, and Ms. Popoff have been digitized into the system without the correction algorithms. The algorithms were extracted from Mathria the moment we digitized the team in. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do to save them. If I were to bring them back now, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't return, well, as they were. So they're in here somewhere. Alan has warned us that they're probably going to be a little weird, that there's a monster of sorts about. That's 2 build nodes, just 1 more to go. I do not know what the top off the top of my head what the actual maximum version number is. Where are you going, buddy?
Activating security resin station.
Stop executing escape routine.
And that's why I keep that thing around. Okay, we didn't act... At the end of the day, we didn't get too beat up there. Though, I did kind of mess with that guy a little bit more than I needed to. There is still one remaining build node. And I'm not immediately seeing it. Okay, we got rid of the... I'm gonna run back, grab my juice. Yeah, I'm not sure what the theoretical maximum version number is. Because I've done everything that I can conceive of doing, and yet I'm still kind of at a weird version number. There we go. We are destabilized. There is now no crash protection. There's no stabilizers, but this thing's still just driving in a straight line, so we're just gonna spin the wheel.
Warning. Operating system unstable. System crash in 30 microcycles. Normal shutdown procedures failing. Permanent data loss reported in all sectors. Emergency data tubes activated.
I know there's one over there. I know there's more guys. I swear I saw another... You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's get out. Now is when you just jump in there. Just trust the process. I don't know where we're going. Not entirely understand what's going on. Oh boy, that is crashing good, though. Whoa, we're here. Now, where are we going from here? Why do you guys even care about stopping me right now? Y'all should be fleeing for your lives. Over there. You can and will get locked out of that build node due to the crashing ceiling. In that particular location, anyway. Okay, that's it for that. What, really? That's it? Maybe it's here.
We've made it.
This far. Jet, I'm activating the digitizing beam now. Make sure you're right behind me.
Mercury! You've got to get off this server right away. In a few minutes, it won't be safe for any program to be on.
You're leaving, aren't you? This is no world for a user. You're too crude and rudimentary.
If anybody is crude, it's us. We're not ready to exist here. Not yet, anyway.
Promise you'll search for me?
Of course.
We'd better get going. I guess this is end of line.
Kind of snuck up on us there for being a big guy. Literally in the digitizing beam. What in the world could I possibly want in here? Megahertz probably for more damage. I don't know if I'm too worried about corrode. Want to keep the sequencer on. Don't know if I need anything else. If I have a free space, I might as well put that on. But let's just put on all of our armor. Just all of it. Okay, that's everything there. Yeah, we have the two new weapons here that we never really upgraded. And we still have 6 subroutines down here. Do I care about any of these? Power block, don't care. Virus scan, don't care. I'm not downloading anything anymore. Corrode, I would potentially want. I'm worried about the additional energy use. Triangulate, Y-amp, fuzzy signature, like, I'm not going to need any of that. I would like corrode, but I am worried. Because megahertz already has 200% energy use. If this is additional 200% energy use, I'm gonna blow through my energy. Since I'm primarily going to be using sequencer.
Correction offset matrix cached and functioning correctly.
Lathreo, what's happening? I'm receiving inconsistent output readings.
The corrupted user cluster entered the digitizing beam with Jet. Shall I complete the procedure?
No, Lathreo. They need to be removed from the current digitizing thread if we are to save them.
Understood, Alan 1.
Do it quickly.
Jet, you must find a way to route the user cluster to the system's auxiliary memory storage, or they will perish upon arriving into the
Health is error. Cool. I don't know what's going on over there, but I don't like it. Thankfully, it doesn't hit too hard. Okay, I can't just kind of beat on him. It's bad aim, too. I'm infected. Okay, I did take it off. You are also infected. I'm going to move you down here. I'd really like to grab some of that, like, health and stuff right there. going. Oh, one of them was removed from the digitization stream, so there's only 2 of them in there now. He's down an arm. Look, they absolutely do not want to be undigitized as they are currently. I don't really care about the bolt launcher. Let's fix you. Okay, let's save as soon as we get in here so I don't have to do that again. And then let's disinfect my friggin' megahertz. While it's disinfecting, I'll put corrode on. Okay, that kind of hurts. Oh, that's the... This is kind of a pain in the butt arena. Just want to let you know that. And I don't know what that thing is that you do to me, but it's not infecting me. Unless I just got lucky and didn't get infected by it once before. He's using his oh, jeez. He's over there guarding the friggin' health, too. Dang it. I'm just gonna take this. Where's my... Okay, good, he just left. Cool, I'm cool with that. Just left me alone for a minute. Okay, Oh, wow. Okay, let's get you... Let's take you off. So you are getting disinfected, you are getting fixed. Oh, you're infected too. Look, I'm in a bad spot, but I'm just gonna chill right here for a second. Okay, I think we lost another user. He doesn't have his friggin' drunken dims or anything anymore. Okay, what got taken care of? We're good down there. Okay, that is still idle. Or that is idle, so what can we disinfect that we need disinfected? Megahertz. Otherwise, we're not really missing out on anything. Thankfully, he seems a little confused. I'm in kind of a bad spot, so I'd be real happy if you just, like, couldn't hit me while I'm down here. I mean, he's having a hard time with it. I got infected, though. Son of a gun. Okay, you need to be taken care of. That's done, so we can put megahertz back on. You need disinfected. You can just get taken off. You need to be taken off. Nope. Can't leave. And pets. Okay, so, megahertz. Megahertz. Megahertz gets disinfected. We get our juice back. He kind of freaks out for a second while we get our juice back, and eventually he figures out how to get over here. And he just kind of chills there for a second. Okay. That was megahertz, which we can now put back on. Next up is submask. We probably need disinfected. We have full juice, so I'm going to put corrode on. There is health over here, which I would very much like to grab. Whatever you were doing, could you stop doing it? Nope, don't like it here, don't like it here. That's a pit. I have fallen down enough pits, I would rather not fall down another one. We have been infected. Primitive charge has been infected. And megahertz. Son of a gun. Okay, but we can put submask back on. We at least have corrode for now. Wow. Joke's on you, I'm going this way. Okay, primitive charge can go back on. Megahertz needs disinfected. Which one of these is friggin' primitive charge? Oh no, primitive charge is running. So what? I could have sworn I just saw primitive charge. Okay, so we got... Okay, primitive charge... No, because primitive charge was equipped, I unequipped megahertz. Which is currently being disinfected. So we're fine. Got him!
Output readings appear normal. Data transfer is complete. Mathria, bring my son home.
It's time, Jack. Alan 1 is waiting.
I've got to transfer Mathria to my computer before the server crashes. I'm encrypting her code, so no one can get at her again.
What about Mercury? Is she off the system?
I don't show Mercury anywhere on the server. She's safe.
Just in time.
We did it.
Yes, you certainly did. But you two will pay for...
We'll deal with that later. I'm proud of you, Jet.
The FCon team. What'll happen to them?
I may be able to correct the mess they got themselves into. It'll take some time, but there's no hurry.
This whole life inside the computer experience has really opened my eyes. I'll never drop another laptop as long as I live. Hey, Dad, you think I could get a copy of that Mercury program? I need a good screensaver.
And that is Tron 2.0. A lot of people, myself included, hold this as the closest thing to a real sequel to the original Tron that we will ever get. And hopefully, in seeing this, you can see why. At the very least, why people would have that thought. This is still an amazing game. A lot of fun running through it. I appreciate when games just let you quick save everywhere. Admittedly, an occasional autosave is also nice, and I think this game did autosave too, but I never loaded an autosave, but I probably should have. Because there were a few times that I died and went, oh, I haven't saved in a while. And I think there was an autosave, so maybe I should have put more effort into loading, or put more effort into that. This was, of course, made by a very solid team, the likes of which that brought us Blood and No One Lives Forever. Two very well-known boomer shooters of the time. So this was definitely a strong team going into this. And it was done, you can tell it was done with so much love for the original movie. They did everything they could to keep the sounds the same, the music the same, the tone the same, the kind of almost dorkiness the same, but, like, they still kept it very serious. They kept it very mature without being, you know, mature. Because a mature audience can enjoy a good joke from time to time, too. They kept the humanness to it, which is something that I feel like a lot of more modern movies miss out on. And I miss this even in Tron Legacy. It feels like there's so much time and effort put into the special effects and getting these characters to fly around and do near superhuman things in order to look cool, that even if they objectively are, it almost feels less and less like they're real people doing real things. And that's something that a lot of older movies, just by nature of technology, couldn't avoid. But Tron, pushing forward as far as he could, or as far as the movie could, still had that human feel to it. It felt like these were just people trying to, like you or I, just trying to get through this. They had a clear love for the original movie in making this. So many little references and tips of the hat and nods over the course of the movie. The very brief moment of the tanks coming back. They weren't there but for one scene, and they were effectively static turrets. But it was still like, look, you know people are gonna want to see the tanks, right? The recognizers didn't even really need to exist as recognizers, really, but they still did, just so you could see them and go, oh, it's a recognizer! And, like, seeing them fly around was one thing, but I feel like especially in the transit level, when you could look up and it was right there, that you're like, oh... They kept the programs feeling like programs, like... I've said it like 4 times already. So much love for the original movie. But also updating it effectively for the times. This was, of course, made like 20 years after the original movie came out. And it still felt like this is what could be, even 20 years later, it still felt like this is what could be happening inside your computer. It wasn't trying to be like, oh yeah, everything is super advanced now because computers are so much stronger. It still felt like, yeah, this is just what could be happening inside a computer. Maybe with some minor changes and updates here and there. We did see a couple programs that looked maybe a little sleeker, like Jet. Good stuff. Good stuff. The actual gameplay, and like speaking about the game, not just the world building, but the actual gameplay was also very fun. Bringing in the disc combat and using that as a main focus in being able to like block a disc and then have it fly off into the middle of nowhere, and then you can hit them while they don't have a disc and can't block. Very good design, and I really love the back and forth of that in actual gameplay, like while you're playing. And, of course, it makes sense that as the game goes on, that becomes less and less of a focus, but it never ceases being a thing. Like, you're given additional resources, additional weapons, additional tools, and they add to your arsenal, but they never remove the original mechanics. And I think the idea that you had to use energy for so many things, not only including weapons, was a large contributor to that. Because, yeah, you want to get that big download, you can do that. Now you have very little ammo. So maybe you're going to have to rely on your disc for a little bit. I didn't get to see a lot of the weapons, and I think some of that is by nature. The sequencer is probably one of the better weapons that you can get, and that's mostly because at the cost of some energy, it is just your multi-purpose disc, but better. Like, with some of its limitations removed. Of course, I got I forget what it was called, the rocket launcher thing was another good one, and I primarily used that against shielded enemies. Because it was good at hitting them when the disc couldn't get through past their shield. The idea of the ICPs running around, you could turn off the sec resers so you could stop them coming in. Still all very good stuff. The additional types of enemies, between the data hogs and the infected, and in the end the data wraiths, I feel like also all added plenty to gameplay. At the end of the day, there weren't that many different enemy types, but I almost feel like despite being an FPS, combat wasn't so much of a focus that it ever felt like, boy, I'm just fighting the same guys over and over again. So it was still very good all the way through. The actual level design, with a light focus on platforming and exploration, trying to find what you can download and what upgrades you can use. The regular programs walking around that you can even speak to. They'll do stuff to help you out, given the right circumstance. There's a lot going on. And it was still a very good time. Still very fun. Any complaints that I have? I just have to keep in mind that the game is, at this point, another 20-odd years old. And it's difficult to get running on current-day systems. So there's a little bit of jank just inherent to it being difficult to run on modern systems. There's a little bit of jank just inherent with the fact that it was designed with 20-year-old mindsets in mind. But even then, I don't feel like there's a lot of loss. I feel like the biggest thing that you could do is not necessarily, is to make the cutscenes all just a little bit longer and a little more explanative. Things like the Seeker that we ended up fighting. That's that one guy's search algorithm. That wasn't made particularly clear. It was more clear the second time you fought him. But even then, you just kind of get dropped in. Like, you just have a cutscene of the guy saying, I'm going to do a search to try to find it. And then you just res into a friggin' boss battle against a Seeker, and you're like, what the heck? And for that, even extending it just a little bit, like getting the guy to maybe say, I've got a special Seeker program that I'm going to send out. It should be able to find them soon. And then maybe cut to that actual Seeker kind of bumming around a little bit, looking. And then maybe even cut to Jet, seeing it, or Mercury or someone going like, it's a Seeker program, it's trying to find Mithria, we're going to have to stop it, trigger boss fight. Little things. I think alongside maybe cutscenes being just a little bit longer and a little more explanative of what the heck is actually going on, moment to moment. Like broad strokes, it's all there, but like maybe more on a minor scale. Another thing that would be nice is the ability to skip cutscenes. Especially when I die in a boss fight, and then I load, and my last load was before the boss. My last save was before the boss fight. And now I have to go through the level transition to finish the last level and watch the cutscene again just to get into the boss fight again. Autosave may have helped with that. Anyway. So this has been Tron 2.0, my true sequel to the original Tron movie. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, and you have not already, do please consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me. We also have plenty more videos. I upload daily. And I stream every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Not Thursday right now, and taken off until January, but who knows, by the time this video goes up, maybe it'll be January. Until next time, everyone.